Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today. And this story is a follow-up. We always do follow-ups to stories. It's not just about the initial occurrence of an incident. Some stories don't have any answers when they initially break. It's just talking about the actual story. And as soon as it develops, more and more information will emerge. So we always follow these stories in order for you to understand exactly what happened and why it happened. This story comes from Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes is a town in the centre of England. It's in Buckinghamshire technically. It was created 50 years ago to cope with the population in London, to create more houses. And it's quite an unusual and unique sort of town. This story is about Ansah and Ben Rice. They were both murdered at a house party in Milton Keynes on October the 19th last year. From research and covering this story for so long and speaking to their friend, we was able to learn that Ben and Dom were very good friends from a very young age. They grew up together in the same area. And there was definitely questions as to why this happened and what the reasons was. In the second video we did on this story, we revealed that the fact that Chandler was charged with the murder. Chandler was connected, they said, to a gang that had a beef with people from that area. But today, 4 people have been found guilty of their murder. Chandler, 22, Clayton Barker, a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old that can't be named due to their age, have all been charged with murder and 2 counts of wounding with intent for the 2 other people that were stabbed at the party. Jurors heard at Luton Crown Court that the 4 males would be sentenced, along with a 5th male, 23-year-old Earl Bevans, who admitted 2 counts of murder and both counts of wounding at the start of the trial. The gang were armed with weapons, including a 2-foot Rambo knife, and wore masks when they climbed over the back fence of a house late at night. They burst in through the conservatory of the house and caught their rivals unsuspectingly. During the 6-week trial, they heard in court the defendants were associated to a gang called B3 that was from the West Bletchley area, named after the MK3 postcode, and had planned to make a rival attack on a gang called M4. And they were at this house party, and it was believed that Ben and Dom were associated. Maybe not leading members, but they was associated to this gang.
When his mum was crying, countless times we stood on the up, not playing no games like where they hiding. M4 where ain't none of them gliding. He said it would lie. Why would we? We back 2 shits, 2 ups, did dash B3 with his beef full frying. Then we took that pagans and me didn't give a toss when his mum was crying.
Step with the fours on my beefy bully. Man, get around there, what's goody? Shank on my waist, my scunt on my hoodie. Jump at the ride and I'm gassed up fully. How many times have we jumped up blatant? Meanwhile, D trying to catch these pagans, trying to splash him like a earpin. Mask on my face, up boys back stating.
The prosecution said the group stormed into the house in Archford Croft shortly after midnight, armed with weapons and intent to kill. Ben and Dom were targeted and attacked immediately. They had little to no time to react or to protect themselves. Within seconds of arriving at the property, the defendants group had killed 1 man. 2 had been sliced with knives, causing serious but not fatal injuries, and a 4th was running away. Ben was stabbed 6 times in the living room in the 3-bedroom house, and Dom was subjected to a frenzied attack as he ran from the property. Jurors were shown pictures of the living room where Ben had been stabbed and was declared dead at the scene. They said it was a bloodbath and a scene of carnage. A post-mortem examined Ben and said that he suffered injuries from a 7.9-inch blade, and there was a deep wound that damaged his heart. Dominic was chased down the street and hacked to death, jurors said. He had 47 injuries and died in hospital 3 hours later. They said the group had a particular focus and they were very adamant that he didn't get away. He ran from the house and circled back round the street, and he was chased by 2 defendants. When he fell over, this allowed them to catch up with him and they stabbed him to death. Dashcam footage was shown to the jury outside the property and later chasing Dom down the street. A man known as Barker, who we identified as the gang name Bark, was holding a machete in this case, and jurors were shown mock-ups of the Emerson Valley house, and the defendants would have entered the property through the conservatory. They were later shown maps of where the knife was found and used in both of the murders. It was found in a drain in the First Hunt area after witnesses reported 2 males acting suspiciously. There was great animosity between the 2 gangs, the prosecution said. They said the incident was about a 17-year-old defendant being assaulted. He was taunted in Woodland at the age of 14, and it may have been a catalyst, they believe, for this attack. The teenager, later named Dom, they said was one of the perpetrators. He was heard in court, and the incident was recorded and shared on social media. Bevans of no fixed address, Chandler and Barker, both from Bletchley, Milton Keynes, and 2 unnamed defendants will return to Luton Crown Court for sentencing on January the 5th. And during the research for this video, we was able to find music videos that Ben and Dominic were both in, associated to the rival gang. And as I've covered in stories from smaller towns before, in the story of Tavis as well, where he was potentially murdered due to the fact of being in a music video, because that makes you a target. If you're in a gang association of any sort, you are a target. And these 2 young friends, they just grew up together in the same area. They might not necessarily have fought. They were gang members. They just thought they was with their friends. And as drillers got popular across the UK and outside of London and the major cities, it's definitely sad to see the consequences for that. There's a lot of examples of cases to do with knife crime in Milton Keynes. There's not so much about gun crime, even though a lot of them are named after guns and they reference gun crime. There isn't a lot of cases of firearms being used in Milton Keynes, but there is definitely incidents of knife crime. So this story definitely shows how quickly it can escalate, how getting involved in a gang can just be associating with your friends, being in a video, and also just endorsing these sort of things, and obviously disrespect. People will go to great lengths to get revenge if they feel they've been disrespected. So I really appreciate you joining me for this episode. Rest in peace to Dom and Ben, and respect to everybody from Milton Keynes that watches the channel as well. And I encourage all of you to try to focus on something that you're good at and try to persevere in 2021 and try to avoid getting involved in anything like this in the future. So I really appreciate you joining me today. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Follow us online as well at Scarcity Studios, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.
MK. Big up Ben in the track, young soldier, big him up. Real pain, listen up. Big up Dom in the car. Your man were taken so young. Everyone out here be showing your love. Big up Gillham on this one. He told me to write this mad one up for his brother that is going in the mud. Rest in peace, Ben and Dom. It's getting deep in the dawn. These man, yeah, they rode together like brothers. Grew up with each other, now they dead with each other. That's a friendship, brother. This is real life pain in the gutter. I repeat to all my soldiers in the car who were real, now they're gone. Too much pain in the kizzy. This is MK City, this is M Kizzy. Things getting strange, it's getting so gritty. It's getting hot, it's getting sticky. And if you're still